Well, that was a helpful nudge on the yellow, just sent the cue ball to the baulk cushion. Even Luca's not going to pop one from here.
Well, that was quite amazing to find the gap, because otherwise it would have been a good safety. Well, that was a little bit casual from Luca there. Got the double kiss, you knew he had to avoid it.
What he mustn't think is that he's already won, because he hasn't. It's 2-0, not 4-0.
That's the danger. But Oliver's got to try and punish him here, if he can.
1.
No, that's made that black awkward. It's just bounced off the cushion a little bit too far. He might not even take this on. You can see the yellow, you have to play a safety off it. That was a little bit careless.
Oliver Brown, 1.
Well, that's a careless one as well. They're both at it.
But again, he didn't give that much thought, did he? He just kind of got down and played it.
Look, he's hardly cued, you know, put the cue through before he's hardly hit the ball, you know. Well, hasn't got his hand on the table.
1. Six. Seven. Twelve. Thirteen.
Well, he did well to get there, but there's a little bit of mileage being put on this cue ball. Got one of those frames that the pink and black are out of commission. So you have to keep good control of the white. Oh, he's lost it there. It's too pacey.
18. Oliver Brown, 18.
The black a little bit more available. Well, that's a chance. Well, they're all open now. If either player gets in.
1.
Don't really know what Bressel was doing there. He wouldn't have been on a colour anyway.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he was trying to drop him behind the black, David, but I'm not sure if he had the angle to do that. He's certainly playing a very open game, isn't he, which could become very dangerous if he's not careful. If Oliver starts to play, he's just settling into the environment.
4.
He's not been in this environment too often. It's his first time, of course. You know, the speed of the table and what have you.
5.
And even if Bressel does win this one, if he plays this way against Stuart Bingham, he might find himself in trouble.
Oh, well, no doubt he'll get slaughtered.
$10. $11.
Again, that was a fairly big bounce off that side cushion. He's still got the blue to the corner.
$16. $17.
Got the chance to loosen the black here if he wants to. Well, I would have set off the pink, but he's playing the blue.
22. $23. $29.
So it's 55 in front, red and a pink would be enough.
Yes, and if it goes 2-1, which is looking that way, the next frame will be interesting.
30.
I mean, he's just put himself under a bit of pressure now with this pink. He needed to be straight and closer to it. But it is frame ball. He's got to take this on. Well played. Well, a little bit of food for thought here for Luca Breckel, because he's got a little bit casual, and if he loses the next one, the pressure comes back onto him. Oliver is beginning to find his feet here.
Yes, he's been given a chance to. You know, we saw Neil Robertson earlier on. He wouldn't have played this frame the way Bressel has. Don't think any of the top players would. He just, as you say, was very casual, really. And has given Brown a chance to get going a bit.
Foul.
Well, that's not
Oliver Brown, 37.
going to make too much difference. He does need snookers, although he's going to play on for them. Needs a couple here, but Oliver Brown, a good contribution there.
Yeah, 2 snookers to tie.
Problem is he's going to need blacks, and of course the black at the moment is all tied up.
Well, I was surprised they didn't attempt to nudge the black out there with that safety. It wasn't good thought, was it?
Jimmy White's balled one back, 3-2. He now trails Daniel Wells.
Chance to free up the black here. Well, he still hasn't got it out.
Well, that will help him, because he needs blacks.
That's a good shot. Inch to the left would have been better. 2 snookers to win, actually. I said to tie, actually, it's to win. Might have left this red this time, but he's got to get back onto that black. Well, even the pink would be okay, actually.
1.
Well, just look at the speed of the table. I didn't think that was going to get anywhere near. Incredible. And this is only going to be here for 3 days. Imagine if we had a tournament that's going to be a week long. It'd be absolutely flying by the end of the week.
Nine.
Well, this has to go in. Can't get anywhere near the red, of course, but he's got to pot this black. Well played. Still got to give himself a chance.
16.
Snooker coming up then, behind the black. He's just let the white slide too far.
Well, it was such a good chance to lay a snooker.
Careless. He's going to have to eradicate that in the coming seasons.
I think what he needs to do is, there are certain shots where you just need to have a few seconds thought. Don't just get down and play it. Just think about it. And that was one of them.
And that's the thing at this game, Dave. You don't always get the second bite of the cherry, do you? When it presents itself, you've got to make sure of it the first time. He's just starting out on his career, of course. He'll learn that as he goes through. They all have had to do that. But that's not great. He'd prefer that in, actually, than not.
1.
Well. In fact, he's 30, 41 behind. He needs a colour, he needs something here. But it would have been better for high value.
Four.
3 snookers required now. Could get him behind the blue.
Like a Brussels. 4.
And there's another one. Another great chance to lay a good snooker, but he didn't nail it.
Luca Bressel, 2.
Well, it's admirable, really, that he's playing on here. A lot of players, I think, would have given this up by now, but Bressel's still going for it. He hasn't really come close, though, to laying a good snooker.
Unlike that one.
Yeah, that's not going to help, is it?
No.
Graham Dot 2, Matthew Stevens 0. There's an interesting first round matchup.
Just signs over the last 2 or 3 months, David, that Graham Dott's coming back to good form, isn't he? He's starting to put the results together again. He had a bit of a lull a few months ago, but he's playing well again. He's always got that tigerish attitude. And if he's in the mood, you've got your work on. Just slightly too hard there. Or not enough if you want to put the whites in behind the black, if you were super critical. Oliver just has to be patient here. He knows he's got this frame in the bag. Don't do anything silly.
Well, Bressel has struggled to lay one good snooker. He's got to get 3. So Brown's a big favourite.
I'll tell you what, he was very close to touching that blue with his sleeve there, Oliver.
White's close. Bit too close for comfort, really. Well, Oliver Brown just wants this green to go in. There's a match going on, Alan McManus against Barry Pinches. I'm guessing some of the safety's a bit tighter in that one. Those two can certainly get stuck in. Well, this is a chance, and eventually you've got to think this green's going to go in. If it does, then it's surely 2-1.
3.
Here we go. Well, the door was kind of open for him, wasn't it? Luca Bressel played some loose shots early on. Gave Oliver Brown exactly what he needed, which was a good chance to put some points together. He did that, and he's involved in the match now.
Oliver Brown, 3.
I don't think we'll see
And the frame.
Luca Bressel coming back. Indeed, he stays where he is. So it's 2-1, and great start by Bressel, but his wings have been rather clipped there by Oliver Brown, who's won the third frame. First to 4 to reach the second round. Bressel leads Brown in Belgium 2-1.
In a world of myths and gods. Glorious warriors and their allies advance into battle to expand their powerful empire and take command of Grepolis with their alliance. Choose your god and build your empire. Now free at grepolis.tv.
So it's 2-1 to Luca Bressel against Oliver Brown. Jimmy White still battling away there. It's 3-2 to Daniel Wells. Been going good 2 and a bit hours there. Well, Brown has won a frame, and it'll be interesting to see now if he can press on from that.
4th frame. Luca Bressel to break.
Pretty good break-off shot. Just a thin edge on the red, I think. Oh, not that thin.
Foul. And a miss. Luca Bressel, 4.
He's not taking the miss. Well, I thought he was taking the red on, actually, but he's not. He's decided to play a safety. Yeah, it's important frame this, I think, for Luca. If he can just get it under his belt 3-1, you fancy him to win. But 2-2, he could find himself in trouble.
On one of the outside tables, Mark Williams 2-1 down to Adam Duffy from Sheffield. Mark Allen 3-0 up against Kieran Wilson. Wilson's just cleared up to win the 4th frame on the black with a 62 break, so that's 3-1 now. Well, another chance here for Brown.
One.
Yeah, it was another loose safety shot from Luca, really. And I'll tell you what, if Oliver does get this frame, I'm sure he'll fancy the job.
Six. 7. $30. $14.
Pink becomes a little bit more difficult now over this red. There's a little bit of pressure on this one. That's the only colour. Well, you can see the black, but that won't go. Missed it.
Oliver Brown,
He knew
14.
straight away there. He didn't think that was in. A little bit unfortunate to land on top of that red.
One. Six.
White's close. He's already walking away.
7.
Well, look at that. It's held on. Get down and hit it quick before it drops in.
Is there a ruling on that, Dave? Is it 15 seconds? Something like that. If the ball drops, it's replaced after 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah. It would go back in its position.
13.
Although the speed he plays, there was no chance of that happening.
No. When's Peter Ebdon playing?
18.
He's playing Dominic Dale, actually. Peter Ebdon. It's another tough draw.
Could be a good match, that one. Although,
90.
thinking about that, Peter Ebdon's doing very well in the Premier League with a 25-second shot clock. Hasn't affected him there. Perhaps we need to put one on him in these majors.
$22.
Well, again, this is not straightforward. Ball's awkward. And this needs some work. Oh, he's missed that one.
Luca Bressel, 22.
He's lost the plot here a little bit, Luca. He was flying at 2-0, and he's just, I don't know, he's lost his focus. He should have really driven on then.
That third frame, I think the way he played that third frame, you know, that's where it's all turned round. He just took it all a bit easy.
1.
It seemed to me he thought he was going to win. And now he's getting on his own case.
Unfortunately for Oliver here, he's just left himself a little bit straight on the blue, but, well, if you can get on this right-hand red in such a way, you might be able to get onto the black. Well, you see, there's no angle there. Now, I wonder, can you get a nice cannon here on that red
6.
that's just behind the black spot? If you can hit that one fullish, you could land on this black. And all the time, Oliver here is getting more confident. Oh, he's got to get the red first. That's a disaster.
Oliver Brown, 6.
Dear me.
Yes, it's the last thing he needed, but he saw Bressel getting a bit fractious. The last thing you want is to put him right back in with an easy pot, which is what he's done, I'm afraid.
1.
Well, I'm not saying Luke has to steady the ship, but he's certainly got to steady himself a little bit.
8. Nine.
You might have all the talent in the world, but at this game, it doesn't guarantee you wins.
$16. $17.
And he's got the wrong side of the black. He might have to try and screw into those two reds near the pink. Unless he can come off the top cushion with a little bit of a side. Well, will he play the plant?
24.
This would be ambitious.
Luca Bressel, 24.
Well, I'm afraid there's not a lot of thought going into these shots, really. And he's just trying to pot everything. That was a big shot. He should have stood back, thought about it, perhaps played the safety. He's got a 30-point lead.
1.
Well, all Oliver has to do here is get a good angle on the black and try and nudge
8.
those 2 reds open.
Nine.
I'm sure Stuart Bingham's keeping one eye on this match and thinking, well, OK, if you come through, Luca, bring it on if you're going to play like this.
This is a big shot now.
Unlucky.
Just caught the pink.
Well, doubly
16.
unlucky. He snookered himself now. Look at the downward strike, and the spin takes effect and kicks the red in. And if Luca had played the white down at this end, there was no chance of that.
6.
Well, this frame now is all about this final red. All the colours are potable.
Oliver Brown. 6.
Big frame, big moment. 16 points in it. 3-1 or 2-2.
That's a pretty good shot. Pretty, again, easy to hit off the top cushion. But as always, you have to get them safe. And he hasn't done.
One.
Well, I think if Luca does win this frame, David, there's a lesson to be learnt here. Because if he'd have gone 2 apiece, he would have definitely been under pressure. But don't tell me he snookered himself.
6.
Well, that's an awful shot.
Well, he's shaking his head, but he knows where the blue spot is. Can he just get through?
I don't think he can. They've been down to it by now. He only needed the yellow and the green as well. And there's quite an area to put that white into. That, again, is careless.
Luca Bressel. 6.
Well, he said that he taped all the World Championship and learnt from that. I think he should get this tape and learn from this one.
Well, that was... he's only 17. That was quite literally a schoolboy error. 22 ahead. He still needs the yellow and green, does Bressel. Brown's going to need the lot. Well, his safety's improved a little, Brown. The first couple of frames, it wasn't so good. Going to need it here. And again, you saw Bressel just tapping the table there. But he's put himself under pressure here because this frame was over a minute ago. Or looked it. Well, this is a chance. Yes, it wasn't exactly in the jaws, but even so, he was looking to pot it.
Well, he didn't want to move that Brown. I don't understand why he's played that shot. He's put in a better position for Oliver.
He doesn't need it, does he, Bressel? But
No.
Oliver Brown certainly does.
Look at this. Well, I know we're being critical here, but I think Luke is it. You know, he's making a rod for his own back. And if he loses this frame, he deserves all he gets.
Foul. And a miss. Oliver Brown, 4.
Well, it's got to go back.
Big shot to take on down the cushion. He's come this far. Will he wait? Brown's waiting. He's bound to be on the green, although the white might be near the cushion, but, you know, the Brown over the corner pocket. Chosen to play the safety, but he's pushed it towards that corner. That's not a great shot.
Not least because he knows he's got Bressel on the rack a bit here.
That's better.
2.
Well, if he gets the green, the Brown's waiting, and oh, he's just gone over the blue now. He'll have to play the spider, I think, unless he can get the rest in there. Well, it's not easy.
Well, he's asked for the step ladder. He just needs to drop this in. He can't miss the Brown, and he would need Brown would need a snooker anyway, but just to make sure. But this is the key ball, and he's left this very difficult.
Well played, but I'll tell you what, he's got out of jail here a little bit, to be honest.
Well, a very untidy frame from his point of view. And we saw, I think, there, Luca Bressel's reaction when things went wrong was not too clever.
9.
But he's won the frame. That's all you can say about it. And he's going to be 3-1 up. Well, again, I mean, that black could have gone in.
Bressel, 9. And frame.
Well, he's dodged several bullets there, hasn't he, Luca Bressel? But he's won the frame. And he doesn't look too happy. I think his supporters maybe a bit more so that he's won it, and he's won away from taking victory here. He leads Oliver Brown now by 3 frames to 1. Well, while they rack the balls up, I can give you a score from table 3. Matthew Stevens back to 2-2 now with Graham Dott. It was 2-0 to Dott there. Mark Williams back 2-2 now with Adam Duffy. He's won the 4th there. Mark Allen still 3-1 up on Kieran Wilson. Jimmy White has just been beaten. You can see there, putting his cue away. He's lost 4-2 to Daniel Wells. So Wells will play Neil Robertson later on. Jimmy is out. Well, these are the match stats. And you can see, obviously, they favour Bressel. But that last frame was a poor frame from him, even though he won it. Some of the shot choices, some of the attitude, frankly, wasn't too clever, was it?
Well, it wasn't. You know, I think I said a bit off air. If I'd been his dad, I'd have got him out then to give him a bit of a slap, to be honest, because the way he approached that last frame was, in my opinion, was not very professional. And he might be a very casual lad, that's fair enough, but, you know, he was a bit slapdash, wasn't he? And well, if he goes 2-all, he's in all sorts of trouble. I
think the key to success in this game is how you react when things aren't going well. You see a lot of great champions dig in. Luca Bressel didn't dig in there, but ultimately he did win the frame and he leads 3-1. Well, there's plenty of people here to see him, and it's worth reiterating, he is only 17. He will learn, everyone does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I think he needs to get this tape and then just think, what was I doing there?
Well, he could easily have lost that frame, but he did win it. And Oliver Brown's just stepped out of the arena.
And possible Stuart Bingham in the next round if he comes through this frame.
Well, waiting backstage, it's Shaun Murphy and Ding Junhui.
Quiet down, please.
They're playing each other, and that'll be
Fifth frame.
when this match is finished.
Oliver
Will it
Brown
be
to
after this
take the
frame?
break.
Oliver Brown hopes not. And by the way, after them, we'll see Judd Trump against. Of course, Judd Trump is the reigning champion. That's not a good break-off, is it?
Nope. An immediate chance here for Luca.
One.
Nicely played.
Eight.
I think his dad might give him 500 lines after this match.
Nine. Sixteen. Seventeen.
That was a nice shot. Holding for the blacks, just opened up one or two more reds. This is a great chance to put himself into the next round. That sounded heavy, and he's been a little bit unfortunate to land there, but
24.
it's not difficult with the spider. You can just drop the red in. Now, will he go into them? Doesn't have to. He can just drop this in for the two loose reds there on the right-hand side. Well, there you go. Didn't have to do that.
32.
Took the risk. I think he's still got one into the yellow pocket, though. Well played. But he's out of
33.
position. Yellow off two cushions.
We can Brazil. 33. Yep.
Well, that's a good pot.
One.
Yeah, has he got a shot at this black? Well, it'll be on the brown.
Yeah, nice little nudge on the brown, wasn't it? I think he's covered on the with the black, with the yellow. Just needs a good positional shot here. Lost the white. Looks a bit pacey.
5.
Don't know if there's anything there. He's definitely played on the one to the centre. Can he still see it? I think so. Well played.
6.
Black to follow. He needs to put a little bit of pressure on Luca here to see how he's going to react. If you can get this one, obviously. Well, he needs this one to stay in the match. Never state the obvious then, David. Let's It's not a great positional shot.
13.
I think he was expecting to go into them there. Well, he could see enough of it to pot it.
Oh dear.
I was about to say the same thing. That could be his last shot.
Well, this is where Bressel just needs to knuckle down, get the match won. Got a great chance to.
1.
He's certainly going to have to be a lot tighter against Stuart Bingham.
7. Eight.
But a very exciting player, Luca Bressel.
Yes, that's not within doubt. But if he's going to win titles,
15.
he's going to have to change his game a little bit. Missed it. I think he's got a kick there, actually.
15.
Yeah, I think that was.
It sounded heavy.
One.
Yes, you could hear. Well, originally not on the replay, but you could hear it didn't sound very clever, the contact.
8.
So, unexpected chance for Oliver Brown.
Could take us into another frame.
9.
Again, pace of the table has caught him out. Still has the blue to the corner though, but he definitely played on the blue to the middle. Well, he's plugging away here, Oliver. Why not?
14.
Well, you can't guarantee the next time he'll play on television, so he wants to make the most of this. I'm sure his family and friends are watching.
$20. 21. 28. 29. 36.
So, yellow to blue required.
Well, it could get interesting, David, couldn't it? If it goes 3-2, we shall see. Imagine if it went to a decider. Luca was a little bit unlucky there. Oh, hang on. Oh, he's just
38.
got there. Yeah, he definitely had a kick on that pink to the middle to allow Oliver in here. Well, 3-point lead. He needs green, brown and blue to make it 3-2. Keep this match alive. And he's starting to play a little bit here, Oliver. He didn't start too quickly. Obviously, it's understandable with all the circumstances, TV table and whatever. But he's just settled a little bit now. They can all play, David.
41.
It's just getting experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting the experience of television lights, these fast tables. And also, you know, he would have been very nervous, I'm sure, coming out here, but he does seem to have settled. He's still got a pot brown and blue here. Well, these are always a bit dicey with the rest. And well done. Good pot, that. He's nicely on the blue as well.
45.
Yeah, it's got to be said at the moment, but out of the two, Oliver is the steadier. Imagine if he'd got the last frame, made it 2-all, because he had a chance on the colours.
50.
So we're going into another frame then. Just make sure of this pink. Well played.
56 on the frame. Oliver Brown.
Terrific clearance, that. 56. I think Bressel was a little unfortunate with the kick he had on the pink to the middle when he looked sure to win. But nothing lucky about that clearance from Oliver Brown. So Bressel now leads only by 3 frames to 2. Well, it's getting interesting now. As I say, Brown starting to produce the goods. And Bressel having to wait a bit longer if he is to come through. Give you some of the scores from this huge arena. 11 tables in operation. Matthew Stevens still 2 each with Graham Dott. We've got 3-2 now, Mark Williams over Adam Duffy. Mark Allen just about to win. Well, he has just won, actually, against Kieran Wilson 4-1. Well, this was the kick that stopped that pink going in. So Bressel just having to keep calm in his seat and wait for another chance in this next frame. 2-0 Alan McManus over Barry Pinches. 3-3 Robbie Williams and Martin O'Donnell. Are we going to get a decider in this one?
6th frame. Luca Bressel to break.
3-2. Luca Bressel leads Oliver Brown. Obviously Bressel a big favourite with the crowd here, being a local man. It was all very free-flowing and open earlier on, but it's got very tense now, this match. Gone for the double with the black waiting. Oh, just stayed out. I think he thought that was going in. Cheeky little shot, that. Oh dear, well, that's a surprise. Bressel, okay, he missed from long range, but this was short range. So a chance for the teenager.
One.
Well, I think he's on the pink.
Well, you just get the feeling he's going to make the most of this, because it could go all Pete Tong in the last frame.
Seven.
Well played.
8.
Just needs to steady himself here a little bit. It just seems that he's very quick when he's down on the shot. Just give yourself another couple of seconds. Ooh. Dear me. Well, he's walking a tightrope here and he's pulling us through it as well.
I think he's already one of those players that if you follow him, you're going to be in for a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
Mm.
Been a few of those down the years.
Yeah, well, if you can stand it.
16.
You'll be all right, David. I'm getting too old for that.
$21. 22.
Yeah, just has to think about this. Just slow your tempo a little bit. No, just slow it down a little bit around the table.
28. 29. 35. 36.
'Imagine 3 or 4 years down the road, we could have Judd Trump at #1 in the world and this lad
42.
challenging him. That could be exciting. He's just worried about the gap there. If he can avoid the red and the black, that would be okay. If he gets any sort of cannon, he could get out of position here. He might even play the cannon into the black. He's gone for the gap.
43.
But he's underhit it.
Strange game, Snooker. You can tell he's unhappy because he's smiling.
Well, the black still goes here. This is a big shot. Is it there?
Oh.
Well played. Oh.
Well, we've seen every side of Luca Bressel today, and this is the sheer talent that he has.
Mm.
Terrific, that was.
Just needs to be nurtured.
51.
Well, great chance to win frame and match here. Get himself through to play Stuart Bingham later on.
And I'm sure he'll be aware as well, David, if he plays like this, he'll be in
57.
trouble against Stuart. So we might see a completely different Luca Bressel in that match.
Still very quick, 15 seconds average shot time for the match.
58.
Well, Oliver Brown really got it together in that last frame, but that missed red into this left corner. Looks like it's going to be his last shot.
Well, TV debut, David. I think he's done quite well. I think he's done himself proud, really. A couple of frames, he's played good snooker.
$64.
Well, just a couple more balls required here.
$65.
Pink puts him 71 in front with 67 on. No doubt this boy can play. It's just ironing out some of the
71.
rougher edges, which will take time.
I'm sure in some ways he'll be
72.
quite relieved, actually, to win the match in this frame. Certainly didn't want it to go to a decider. Oh, would Oliver come back here? Will there be a handshake?
Luca Bressel, 72. Frame and a match. Luca Bressel.
Well, you can see it is a good 72 that from Bressel in the end, because he was under pressure. In some ways, he put himself under pressure, but he's come through it, and you can hear the crowd absolutely delighted. We'll see him later on, and they'll see him later on against Stuart Bingham. Luca Bressel, a winner by 4 frames to 2. Well, our next match is Sean Murphy against Ding Junhui. So stay with us for that. In the meantime, we're going to show you how Neil Robertson finished off earlier on while they just prepped the table. As Luca Bressel can just breathe a sigh of relief there. When the question was asked there in the last frame, he answered it with a good 72. So he's through. We'll show you Neil Robertson next, and then after that, it's live coverage of Sean Murphy against Ding Junhui.
What do you do when your club gets a shot at joining the elite of Bundesliga? Which outfit has the drive, the players, and the determination? Bundesliga 2, Monday at 20:15, live on Eurosport 2.
The Lotto Arena. Well, you've got to be in it to win it, I guess, and Joe still is in it, but for how much longer? He trails 3-0. Lots of snooker. You see 11 tables here. Stuart Bingham, by the way, had that 101 in the first frame against Craig Barber. Then he won a respot frame on the black.
Frame 4.
So he leads 2-0. Jimmy White still trailing 1-0 to Daniel Wells. Robertson on the verge of victory here. Let's see if he can indeed complete it. Coming up after this one, by the way, it'll be the local favourite, Luca Bressel, against Oliver Brown.
Good break-off shot as well. Well, looks a bit nonplussed, doesn't he? Another day at the office.
That's what he's like, though, isn't it? I mean, even if
Yeah.
he was playing, you know, John Higgins or something, that's how he is.
Ding Junhui, isn't it? He's got that sort of expression as well. Sometimes you never know what he's thinking. Another good shot from Neil. Keeping an eye on Jimmy White, I think, on the other table.
Well, you'll be doing that, Mike, a week today, the World Seniors. You'll be playing the Whirlwind.
I am. Yes, looking forward to it. Yes, weekend in Portsmouth. It should be great fun. And Joe's got the defending champion, hasn't he? Darren Morgan. And Joe tells me he's been practicing, Darren, if you're listening. So you better get your head down. No man about that 20 minutes practice a day. You'll need a bit more than that.
Well, meanwhile, another Joe not happy there because he's left this red on. Well, choice of reds, in fact.
Yes, and that one does go. He's just looking to see if he could just run through here and leave the white low for the black. If not, he'll probably go back for the blue. He's got the one to the centre as well. But he wants to try and win the match here. He's got a chance. He wants 4-0 out of there. He can relax and then look forward to his next round. And again, you know, he'd be out of there pretty early. And Jimmy was still probably battling away against Daniel on the other table. He's trying to get around the back of the black. Oh, that's not bad. That's a bonus.
Eight. Nine.
Well, he can play on the loose one. Might see Neil go into them here. Get 3 or 4 more open if he can. As we know, he's got great cue power. He really just generates a lot of spin on the white. Well, it's top spin this time, so he's playing on the open one.
$16.
Can't get on the black. We'll have to go back for the blue.
$17.
Well, too hard for the blue. Speed has caught him out this time. He has the blue into the corner, actually. It's not too bad. Not quite sure where the next red's coming from, though. There's that one available to the right middle. Might play on the one that's on the top cushion. Well, no good there. You could really
22.
do with this being a touching ball.
Neil Robertson, 22.
So in a break at just 22, I can tell you it's 2-0 to Wells against Jimmy White, so the wind in a bit of trouble there. Of course, he got to the quarterfinals in Gdynia.
I've always had a bit of trouble with the wind as well.
Well, what's he done here? The red's gone over the pocket.
Might play this cushion first just to drop onto the black. It looks fairly straight from distance. It's not playing it direct. He might just have a slight angle here. Well, there you go. It is cushion first.
1.
Now, I don't think he's come high enough. That was a good chance if he'd landed on the black there.
Brown ball.
Well, just as well he didn't
Yeah,
hit it
that's
any
one.
harder. He would have potted that. Now, can Joe get through the gap here to take on this red? Great shot. Well, as we watch the replay, sorry about the pun, but he's going to have to try and steel himself a little bit here and try and get back into this match.
Ball's potted there. Well, obviously it favours Robertson. Still favours Robertson.
Foul. Joe Steele 1. Neil Robertson 5. 1.
Well, he knocks them in with such regularity. So another chance to kill it off for Neil Robertson.
Five.
Well, if he gets on the black here, it should be all over. Little sort of half stun shot, just control the white. Well, he was able to drop the other one in
6.
actually while he's there, but what a chance this is. And you expect him to take it as well. He knows he's not under any pressure.
$13.
Yeah, pity for Joe here, but it's pretty
14.
obvious that he's got the shots. We've seen him knocking a couple of long, good reds actually, and but you know, he's just got in and just hasn't really scored heavily enough. And you can't afford to do that at this level. You must make sure that once you get the chances that you're putting things together. But I'm
21.
sure that he's gained a little bit from this experience. We've been out there on the match arena, or big match arena, in the #1 table against one of the best players in the world. It's all part of the learning
22.
curve. Just take the pluses rather than the negatives.
$29. 30.
Well, his hair might be a little bit on the wild side this morning for Neil, but his snooker certainly hasn't been.
He's not a morning
37.
person, but what he is a great professional, and he's been very professional here in this match. He's just treated it as another match, treated his
38.
opponent with every respect, and it's now snookers required by Joe Steele.
Pretty comfortable workout though for the world #8.
45.
Also,
46.
I think he's kept just one eye on the other table as well between Jimmy White and Daniel Wells, so he'll be waiting to see who comes through that one.
$53. $54.
Well, still just enough on to make a century break. He's already had breaks of 55 and 82 in the
61.
match.
$62.
Be a nice way to finish if he gets the century.
68.
Mind you, remember what happened last time I said something. Can't see him missing this one though.
69.
He's a class act, this guy, there's no doubt
75.
about that. And again, he's one of the favourites this weekend.
77.
He's very consistent in his performances.
$80.
And these little PTCs, David, they're good warm-ups for the majors, aren't they?
Very much so. As I say, they're off to China next week. Neil Robertson, were to win this tournament as well as the one in Poland, they're going there full of confidence, and he doesn't lack for confidence anyway.
84.
So, last 3 balls to finish with a century.
$89. $95.
102
He just
friend of
made
match.
that look so
Neil
easy,
Robertson.
didn't he? What a great player he is.
Congrats.
Well, it's not an unexpected result. Joe Steele was always up against it here. Tough learning curve when you're playing one of the game's greats, and that's what Neil Robertson is. And Neil Robertson, with that 102 clearance, has clinched victory at 4-0 in just about an hour. So no great surprise, really. It's Neil Robertson who very quickly books his place in the last 64, a 4-0 winner. He's now waiting for the winner of Jimmy White and Daniel Wells.
Exactly how it should be done.
All sports, all emotions. November on Eurosport 2.
Well, here we are back live again at the Lotto Arena Antwerp, changing the commentary box. This is Mike Smith. I've got Joe Johnson with me as we continue our coverage of this week's Accurate Antwerp Open, the third of the European Player Tour Championship events. It's day 2 of the 3. All the players that you're going to see today, you are seeing today, if you've been with us earlier, are in the bottom half of the draw. And we go straight live here with what I think is one of the most intriguing of these first round matches. A battle between two people who know each other of old, since Ding Junhui from China came over to live in England and based himself near the academy as it was then in Rushden. And of course Shaun Murphy, the 2005 world champion, who comes originally from Earthlingborough, just down the road from Rushden. And they did practice together with each other for some time on those occasions before, of course, the academy moved up to Sheffield when things changed a little. By no means the first time that these two have met either. In fact, 11 previous meetings in competition, never mind all those practice hours. And Shaun has won 7 to Ding's 4. Now, these matches in this first round here, at the bottom half of the draw, players showing themselves today. It's the last 128 that they're playing in, and they'll play a possible 3 matches today. Those who win play a total of 3 matches. And a possible 4 tomorrow, of course, for those who actually get to the final. So here we go. Shaun Murphy versus Ding Junhui, the 12th confrontation in match play between them. And let me remind you once again, folks, that best of 7 frames, irrespective of where they are in the contest. Even the finals only best of 7. So first of 4 going through to the next round. So, Joe Johnson with me here today. Joe, Shaun Murphy, Ding Junhui. I said they know each other quite well, and they've also met each other several times in competition. So, how do you see this one going?
Well, I think it's always going to be a tough one between these two. Shaun Murphy does have the upper hand with 7 wins against Ding's 4. So you'd have to put Shaun Murphy slight favourite. But of course records are there to be broken. When Ding Junhui's got his eye in, well, we've seen what he can do.
Well, funnily enough, the last time they met was only a few weeks back in the Premier League, and Ding did get his 4th victory over Sean there by 4 frames to 2. So that's fairly fresh in both their minds, I would imagine.
Yeah, good point, that, Mike. The last result, the last match, is always the one that people think about, that players think about.
Only saw Neil Robertson getting through earlier, the former world champion from Australia. Comfortable 4-0 victory over Joe Steele. Stuart Bingham is through. Who else of note can I tell you about? Kurt Mafflin had a victory this morning, 4-2 against Jack Jones. And a little earlier, you might well have seen it if you'd been watching here on this channel, Luca Bressel, the young lad from Belgium, got through 4-2 against Oliver Brown. Mark Allen also had a fairly comfortable win, 4-1 against Kieran Wilson. So they are already preparing themselves mentally for their second match of the day a little bit later on this afternoon.
Yes, well, 2 delightful safety shots. One from Murphy, one from Ding Junhui. Both from being close under the cushion. And although Sean Murphy can see the reds on the right side of the table, and indeed the left, it's difficult to get back to baulk. So coming off the cushion.
Foul. And a miss.
Well,
Injury.
that was careless. A lot of reds there to hit. Needs to go over to the left a little. You could see the right-hand side of the reds.
Yes, I think you're right. I don't think that cue ball's quite... Yes, Sean's just pointing out where he believed it to be. I think that's nearer the mark. But a similar shot, just a minor adjustment to avoid that mistake of hitting the pink. That looks better. Oh, he's overcorrected.
Yes, very nearly did. And it may have left a red to the left centre. That was careless again from Sean Murphy.
One.
Well, it was a tough shot, but in it goes, and he's on the black. So it could be costly, that attempted rest into the reds that Sean Murphy played. Very tight angle, but in it goes. And that's worked out okay as well. He couldn't generate too much power in the cue ball. But he's on a red.
Nine.
And he's got a nice angle. Just a nudge up into the reds, if he so wishes. How's a red to the left centre?
16.
Both these players know that they have to play well. There'll be no mercy given.
17.
A loose attempted safety from Sean Murphy. And again, that's opened things up.
22. 23.
Well, it could be okay.
30.
This bottom red could pass the other one. One wasn't exactly what he played, but as long as it goes and it's tight.
31.
There it goes. And still one more loose red, one more easy red. And then the cluster
38.
may need just a little touch. Well, that picture angle shows that there's at least another red there. And that's what he's thinking about right now. This red's no problem, just where he wants to be on the black to be able to get to that red just above the black.
39.
Anything but straight.
Yeah, I think he's got just the angle he needs to give these reds a nudge here, Joe. There you go.
And a very controlled shot it was too. Everything goes now, taken in sequence.
46.
And all this from that over adjustment from Sean after he first hit the pink in attempting to hit the side of the pack.
And let's not forget, he wasn't snookered.
No.
53. $54.
Well, it looks like he's been playing out there for half an hour or so, doesn't it? He's inch perfect with his position. When he takes this red just at the back of the pack there, that will release another one into the opposite corner. Just overrun slightly.
59.
Still needs another red after this blue.
Well, I wouldn't bet against him, Joe.
Yes, it looks like he's just about got the angle, Mike.
Enough.
And again, inch perfect with his position.
65.
This is a great start from Ding Junhui.
$66.
Yes, that was the all-important ball. Only 67 points left on the table now for Sean, but I don't think we're going to see very much of him in this frame, if anything.
Yes, Ding Junhui would like to keep him sat in his chair, not give him any table time, chance to pot a few balls.
$73.
Unfortunate that he developed that red very nicely, but black going back on its spot, of course it's in the way. That looks good.
74.
Oh,
Wonderful shot.
A joy to watch, Joe.
Yes, when he's going. Certainly looks good, doesn't he?
80. 81. $88.
Oh,
Ding Junhui, 88 in the frame.
88 of the frame, just when I was checking on how many centuries he'd scored in his career. Just for the record, by the way, it's 251. But the break foundering at 88. And a very entertaining 88 it was. So no century, but a very good workout for Ding Junhui. And he'll feel very, very happy about that. Leading Sean Murphy then by 1 frame to 0 in this best of 7 first round match. Long way to go, of course. So plenty of time for Sean Murphy to get back into the match. Just a reminder about the busy schedule that winners have to get used to playing in these PTC events. 7 matches in 2 days for the 2 finalists eventually. They will have played 3 on the first day of play and then 4 on the Sunday. And it does demand a great deal of concentration and indeed stamina to get through all of these matches, especially if they're long ones. If they go 4-2, 4-3.
Second frame, Ding Junhui to break.
So frame 2 of the possible 7. Sean Murphy still to pot a ball. His scoring at the moment reads -6. Sad to relate, that foul shot when he was attempting to go into the side of the pack.
Well, that attempted red has left Ding Junhui with another chance. It's not easy, this one. But a chance.
Just heard that Mark Williams has completed his first round match on one of the outer tables with a 4-2 victory over Adam Duffy. The Welshman then safely into the last 64.
Super shot.
1.
And the cue ball coming out of balk.
Ding Junhui.
Well, that's a surprising miss from Ding Junhui, but he seemed to be down on the shot a long time. Maybe he was thinking of going into the pack, then changed his mind and decided to play for a single red. He got on it, and this is Murphy's chance.
And almost a disaster there with the cue ball. But that's his first positive scoring shot of the match.
Yes, and it's a little unfortunate, really, you know, for the cue ball to have finished there. He had no idea where the cue ball was going to finish, but I'm sure he expected to be on the black or the blue. Well, this is a tough black. Oh, you can see the blue, which is a bonus. Now, where's that cue ball going to finish? Surely he'll be on a red. You could only just see it, but just enough.
Well, here's a great chance for him to fight back immediately after that, sitting out most of that first frame. Red's at his mercy here, Joe.
7.
Yep, this is a good chance, as you say. And I think it's important he does score heavy here, just to let his opponent know that he can play as well, if he didn't know.
Yeah. Another quick scoreline for you. Mixed fortunes for the Welsh. I just gave you Mark Williams' victory 4-2 against Adam Duffy. One moment.
50.
But as Sean pots that red, his compatriot Matthew Stevens has been dumped out by an old adversary of his, Graham Dott, the former world champion. Graham's beaten Matthew there by 4 frames to 2.
Two. 23. $28. 29.
Well, certainly lost that one. I think he played for the blue into the right centre. But maybe he got a big bounce, but whatever happened, he's out of position. Needs a good shot now on the green. These are, again, always look easy on television, but very difficult with the rest. Oh, Sean Murphy, normally a very good rest player. But they can be missed.
Sean Murphy.
Yes, you expect them to get them, but unfortunately for Sean Murphy, hasn't come as nicely on the red as he would have liked.
Well, never the easiest of implements to use, but I expected him to get that, Joe.
Yes, as did I. But as you say, never easy. And he had a long bridge away from that cue ball. So another chance.
One.
And it goes. So he'll forget about that missed green now. He's back in amongst the balls.
Eight. Nine.
And again, that hasn't gone as planned. Played for the red just
16.
below the pink spot. Wanted to be straighter on this red. He's just missed one with the rest, doesn't want to miss another one. He'll be trying to screw off the reds and go back up for the blue.
$17.
Well, I expected him to. Can he see enough of this pink? Well, that's a good recovery shot. Never easy at that angle. Taking the pink into the middle pocket.
23. $24. $31. $32.
Well, that black just makes sure of this second frame.
39.
Needed a couple of chances and he was a little lucky that Ding Junhui didn't pot that red when he was using the spider.
Good job. This isn't a crucial. Yes, you see, I was just about to say this is not particularly crucial, given that Ding Junhui requires snookers, because that was always going to be a difficult shot, and so it proved.
Yes, he'd like to have seen it drop.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Ding Junhui will come back to the table now. 2 snookers to draw, but had that red gone in, he'd have sat in his chair.
Still a lot of work to do, though, given where the remaining reds are.
Even more so if that cue ball had have gone in.
Yes, I think he probably would have conceded had that gone in, because that would have been a 7-point penalty.
Yes, he was just trying to nudge that red over the middle.
Ding Junhui. 8.
Good bounce for him, and that's not quite a snooker. I think Ding can just see past the brown to the red on the left-hand side.
Well, if you can see it, you can't do a lot with it.
No.
Can't get back to balk. Not without playing cushion first, trying to miss the black. And that's just what he played, and that wasn't a bad shot.
Well, all 3 reds off the cushion, albeit one still fairly close, but that's made life a little easier for Ding. Unless, of course, this goes in.
Somewhere. Well, that's a disaster.
That should be the end, shouldn't it? So suddenly 2 snookers required becomes 4, and Sean's still at the table, so it's going to be 1 frame each.
Sean Murphy, 6 and a frame.
And the frame, yep. So a couple of shots missed by Ding earlier in the frame. Sean getting 2 bites at the cherry and taking the frame. It's all square, 1 frame apiece.
Bundesliga celebrates 50 years of top-class German football. Borussia Dortmund are the team to beat as they aim for a 3rd title in a row. But the pretenders have been busy, drafting in reinforcements from overseas and rival teams. Their mission is the same: bring more firepower to the table. To live the season to the max, Eurosport 2 has outstanding coverage every match weekend.
Welcome to Goal, the
Friday night's preview with interviews and special features. Then sit back for 5 games live and in HD.
Fantastic strike! Can you believe it?
Sign off Sunday evening with all the highlights. All the action, all the drama, all the goals. Bundesliga all season long, live on Eurosport 2.
Well, here we are back live again at the Lotto Arena here in Antwerp. Frame 3 of a possible 7 here getting underway between Sean Murphy and Ding Junhui. This intriguing encounter between 2 of snooker's biggest names. Sean at the moment at number 4 in the world. Ding down at number 12. He has been several places higher than that in his time. In fact, Ding has been up at number 4 on a couple of occasions in recent years.
Well, that almighty bang from Ding Junhui, it could have been a lot worse. That red could have gone anywhere. There is a red to the right centre.
One.
Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the both colours. And he's got to avoid them again now. Again, lots of left-hand side on the cue ball.
6.
Very pacey. He's finished on the red just above the black. But I'm pretty sure he didn't play for that one. Couldn't have played that one any better though. And now back in prime position. The ideal angle to do so, and he could also play for the loose ones.
Green ball.
Well, this time he hits it too hard for the red he played for, down the left side of the table. And if he's going to keep this break going, he needs to pot a good red down the cushion. And that's a good shot.
70.
Unfortunately, he's not on a colour.
Sean Murphy, 17.
My goodness, that was thin.
Yes, it was too thin. And that was too thick. He's brought a red up the table with him. But this is a very dangerous shot for Ding Junhui to be taking on. That cue ball going into the cluster of reds. No guarantee of position. No guarantee of the pot.
Well, he missed the pack, but there is one red that will go for Sean.
Yes, maybe that's why he missed the pot, trying to miss the pack of reds. But a chance for Sean Murphy.
1.
Awkward cueing on the black. No easy red to play for, so he's going to have to work that cue ball with awkward cueing. And that makes the pot more difficult. Well, he can get through the gap, which is a bonus.
Yes, it was a big bonus. Made all the difference to what he was able to do with that cue ball.
8.
And I've got another couple of interesting results to bring you from other tables in a moment. Stand by for those. After Sean's red,
9.
Andrew Higginson has come through a nervy battle against the local amateur Thomas Skalski by 4 frames to 3. He'll now meet Graham Dott for a place in the last 32. And as that brown goes in, I can tell you our old friend Alan McManus, who's done occasional commentary stints here at Eurosport in recent times, has beaten Barry Pinches 4 frames to 0. That's a good result for Alan.
Absolutely.
And he now meets Mark Williams for a place in the last 32.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
14.
Yes, he still plays a mean game, Alan McManus. Angles.
Angles McManus, yes. Yes, the former Masters winner at its old venue at Wembley.
Awkward cueing again with that black. But he can get through to the pink. Again, that's a bonus, but he seems to be hitting everything too hard. Sean Murphy.
20.
And there again. There is a red that will go in the middle of that cluster. But it's a very risky shot to play. Trying to make his mind up. Should I? Or should I play safe? It's the safety.
Sean Murphy, 20.
Now, has he covered this red over the left corner? I think he has. Good pace on the cue ball there from Ding Junhui. Perfectly played. And that puts Sean Murphy under some pressure. No easy path back to Bork down the right side of the table. He's having a good look at this red over the pocket. It must be pretty tight.
Interestingly, he also let the referee have a good look at it in case balls need replacing, so he realises that is a possibility. Yeah, he's in quite a bit of trouble here.
Yes, he can get through to the red, can't he? But I don't think he can see enough of it to pot it.
You think he can get through pink and blue?
Well, he's had a few looks himself.
I don't think so, Joe. I think it's a little too tight, that. He'd love to just clip that red in, but I don't think so.
Well, whatever he played, I'm sure it wasn't that. He's left an easy starter for Ding Junhui.
Yes, I can't help but think that was just a little bit of hit and hope, having weighed up all the options.
One.
Well, that's about the worst place that the white could finish.
Yes, that's so unfortunate. But didn't have to hit it quite so hard. Awkward cueing over this red. Look how close that cue is there. It was never easy. And he's left a red to the left centre.
Oh, a little bit of a let-off then for Ding.
Yes,
But look at the finish, though.
A bit fortunate where it's finished, eh?
Yeah.
So, two-cushion escape. And he's played it well. Couldn't have played it any better. Tough shot. And got to avoid the black. Neither of those two will go. Not from where he is there, anyway. Managed to avoid the black. Yeah, just caught it a little thick. And he's left Ding Junhui with a half chance here to the right corner. But there's a lot of reds to avoid. Good pot. And managed to avoid the reds. Not quite on the brown. The black's difficult. The snooker's easy. Well, it wasn't an easy shot, but played the positive shot. Will he pay the price?
Yes, he might well do, Joe. He knew he was going to be leaving reds on for Sean.
Yes, he'd like to get the pink back on its spot.
1.
That could well happen in a moment.
He's already 36 points in front.
Green ball.
Well, change of tactic. He's got a better angle off the green. That's certainly the case. But I was with you, Joe. I thought he'd want that pink back up this end of the table.
Well, he's already 39 points in front, so
4.
2 or 3 reds. It should be safe.
Green, interestingly, having to go on the highest spot available, the black spot. This time, perhaps the pink. Still leaving the brown as insurance.
Question, commentators. We will leave on your spot to Inter after this break, and we will not come back after the break. But we will come back after the break on your spot to Nordic and
11.
So 46 points in front. The pink or blue would be enough to leave Ding Junhui needing snookers.
12.
So 53 points in front, 51 left on the table. Just needs to make sure of this red. And that'll do
20.
for frame 3.
19.
Just a little bit of advance warning here that if you're watching on Eurosport 2, anywhere in Britain, you will be
22.
leaving us here in Antwerp at the end of this frame to go live to the football. Eurosport 2 Nordic,
23.
who take English commentary, strangely enough. They will continue with us, and we hope they will stay. But we're all back together again as Sean takes on this pink. That's around about 4 o'clock Central European time. That's 3 o'clock on British. Over on Eurosport 1, after, on that channel, the motor racing from Barcelona.
30.
But Sean's got this frame in the bag now. He'll be going 2-1 ahead as we prepare to say goodbye to those of you watching on Eurosport 2 anywhere in Britain. And there's that brown that he left for insurance earlier.
30.
So don't forget, British viewers, if you're watching on Eurosport 2, join us again over on Eurosport 1, or British 1, at 4 o'clock Central European Time, 3 o'clock anywhere in the UK.
39.
After we leave here in a moment, when Sean has just finished wrapping up this frame to take a 2-1 lead.
$43.
All the way around the houses to try and clear the table
48.
and record his first half century of the match if this pink goes in.
Sean Murphy, 48.
No, sir.
And the frame.
But enough for the frame nonetheless, so goodbye to Eurosport 2 viewers. Don't forget to join us back at 3 o'clock on British Eurosport after the motor racing from Barcelona.
Dealing with the challenges ahead requires focus, concentration, and a will to succeed. The International University Sports Federation, representing 163 countries, promotes sports values in tune with the academic spirit. Thousands of students from around the world participate in the events it organizes. And what do they learn? Friendship, integrity, cooperation, and achievement. The International University Sports Federation. Excellence in mind and body.
Dikkat et oğlum.
Pas op. Pas op, pas op, pas op.
Attentie en spate maar.
Nee.
Kom, kalm. Kalm.
Schiet, schot, doe maar. Precies.
Doe het.
Goal, goal,
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's Live Score.
With Eurosport.com's free application available on tablets and smartphones, gain access to all the articles and videos from Eurosport.com, plus get the latest news in real time. Check out the latest results, fixtures and tables, and follow your favourite sports events live.
Welcome along to the Hongqiao Stadium in Shanghai. It's Shanghai Shenhua against Changchun Yatai. Live action from the Chinese Super League. Two sides in mid-table. Changchun Yatai with the chance to gain a place in the top three with a victory here. 38 points, currently 3 points of the top three places. And there you see, sat in the stands, a familiar face to European football supporters, Nikola Anelka. Neither he nor Didier Drogba are in the Shanghai Shenhua starting 11 for this game against Changchun Yatai. Their hopes of Champions League football have long gone for Shanghai Shenhua, who currently find themselves 7 points adrift of a place in the top three. It is Changchun, though, who have a chance of breaking in to those Champions League places. It is the top two, remember, who automatically qualify for the group stages of Asia's top competition. Guangzhou and Jiangsu Sainty, currently the top two, well clear of the rest. There's a 10-point gap between the top two and the rest of the division in China. And those two sides are playing today, in which if Guangzhou pick up a victory, they will regain the Chinese title. So 3 matches to go until the end of the season. Your newest league here on Eurosport 2. And we are underway. Shanghai Shenhua, all in blue. Changchun Yatai in the changed all-white strip. This game, it's fair to say, more crucial for the visitors. Changchun Yatai, who won their last game by 2-1 away to the other Guangzhou side before the international break. Well, they're on the attack already. And back with the Changchun goalkeeper. Wayne Boyce alongside me is Brian Hamilton for Chinese league action, and a shame, Brian, that neither Drogba or Anelka are in action, but a wonderful opportunity to take a look at action from the Chinese Super League, which is growing all the time.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the game. I just want to see what the standard's like, and I'm sure it'll be of a high quality. We know China are developing on a regular basis. Like you, I'm disappointed that Drogba and Anelka aren't playing, just to see how they were shaping up at this level. And I know overall the team haven't done as well as they would have liked to have done. It'll be an experience for them to play at this with these players, and to be honest with you, mid-table isn't good enough for them, and it'll be interesting to see what changes are made, how they develop, and I'm looking forward to today's game.
Well, it's back with the Changchun goalkeeper, Tian Mi. Chinese national team has taken a bit of a dip, of course, in recent years, having not made it through to the World Cup final since 2002. The club side's hoping to improve. Guangzhou had a decent run in the Champions League, a competition that hasn't been particularly kind to Chinese clubs over the years. Only once has a Chinese team been Asia's finest, and you have to go way back to 1990 to when Liaoning beat Nissan FC of Japan 3-2 on aggregate in the old Asian Club Championship. Free kick here for Changchun Yatai. It's Marquinhos who's over this. With Bulgarian nationality, Marquinhos. Which the cross in, it's a decent ball in. It's gathered by Wang Dali.
No, it's a fantastic cross in, because what he's done, he's gone for the front of the defenders. He's got the ball in with pace. What you need is players getting across the first of the defender just to deflect it, even to distract the goalkeeper. Nobody got across it. Simple catch for the keeper.
Shanghai back in possession again. Tried to slide the ball through the middle, though. It was well cut out by Ismailov. Yang Kun with the touch out. This is Ren Liang.
I think what is, from evident from early stages, the referees allowed the game to flow. One or two challenges which I think might have been pulled up, and I know the rules are supposed to be the same all over, but it's the interpretation. And when players are getting their studs shown, and it normally stops play, not here.
Here's Weldon breaking forwards. Touch back to the goalkeeper, though, from Zhaojun. Right into the penalty area again. Oh, over the top, and what a wonderful opportunity that was for Cao Tianbao. Well, the flag stayed down. Everybody was waiting for the offside in the Shanghai defence. Cao Tianbao couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, it's a decent first touch. It's a difficult one. It's chest control, and he just needs to let it drop another, well, 2 or 3 inches. That might have made all the difference, but he got there. Good chest control, just got underneath the ball. Keeper stood. I think he did as well as he could do. He stood big, and he made it difficult for him, and he got a return on it.
Headed down towards Weldon. That's a throw now.
9.
Clipped forward again by Changchun Yatai. And well cleared by Dao Lin. Up towards Yu Tao. This is Yun Ding. One back again, though, by Wan Peng.
Well, the facility of the surface is brilliant, so that is allowing the players to pass and control and play. And we have seen some good pass and good control, some clever little bits of technical skill. And we've also seen a little bit of sharpness towards the goal end. So far, the standard, good, enjoyable, and you can see why people are talking about the Chinese league.
Please take your seat.
is Jianjun. Good early possession from the visiting sides, who did come away with their only ever victory last season here by 2-0, the only time they've beaten Shanghai Shenhua on their own patch.
16.
Knocked into the penalty area. Solid enough header away from Dai Lin. Now Jianjun. Fed out wide. And that will be a throw for the visitors, Changchun.
Yeah, Shanghai are very well organised. You can see the back four well set up, the four in front patrolling, making life difficult to get a ball through, and hard to break down. So it's important the visitors, when they do get the ball, and they break quickly.
Changchun again in possession. Marquinhos. Gets it back from Cao Tianbao. Chance to cross now for Jianjun, and punched away by Dale, the goalkeeper. Not the most convincing piece of keeping you'll see.
But a clever ball in. Problem is only one white shirt in the box. If they're going to put balls like that in, they've got to get numbers in. They've got to get people running across defenders. Keeper came, yeah, he flapped at it really, but he got out of the way. But there wasn't just enough pressure on him or the ball.
Confident start though from Changchun Yatai.
But you can see why they've obviously been well coached, and they've got some technically very gifted players, and of course the one or two foreign players have certainly added to it. They pass the ball well. There's good shape. There's good overlap. Good unselfish running.
It's Marquinhos.
36.
Played into the corner for Jianjun, and that's the opening goal. Really well taken. Once again, they work the ball out wide. The cross in from Jianjun. And all that early pressure has told for the visitors. Disappointment for Shanghai, and a tremendous finish.
But I've got to say, fantastic football, and you can see the disgust of the keeper, and you can understand why. All the play was around. There was lots of blue shirts back. This is an overlapping player. When he does cross the ball in, he's got 5-6 yards of space. Technically very gifted. Great technique. Kept on top of the ball, kept it down, and a terrific strike. Good goal. Yes, it's a big start, and they have played well. They have played really well. There we see that technical skill again. Keeper does everything he can, but the marking is dreadful.
44. Nine. 50. 55. 56. 63. 'John Murphy, 63. 1. 6. Seven. 14. 50. 20. 21. 28. 29. 36. 38. 41. 45. 50. 56. 63 on the frame, Ding Dong Wee.
Dikkat et oğlum.
Pas op. Pas op, pas op, pas op.
Attentie in spaat, Timmer.
Nee.
No. Kom, kalm.
Jetzt die Chance auf der anderen Seite. Schiet, shoot, maar.
Kom op.
Goal! Goal! Goal!
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's Live Score.
With Eurosport.com's free application available on tablets and smartphones, gain access to all the articles and videos from Eurosport.com, plus get the latest news in real time. Check out the latest results, fixtures and tables, and follow your favourite sports events live.
One. Eight. Nine. 16. 17. 24. 丁江辉 24.
1.
1. Green ball. Danger we 1. One. Seven. 8. Fifteen. 16. 17. 23. 24. 31. 32. 39. 40. 47. 48.
So service being resumed here. Sound-wise, we apologise for not having had any commentary for you for a little while, but I'm told that things are all now as they should be.
55.
So you've been following the pictures, I'm sure, and you're well aware of the latest situation. Ding about to take a 3-2 lead here in this match against Sean Murphy.
$62. 63.
Another little shot there to develop that red, to give himself the chance of making century number, I think it's number 206 if he gets there. I'll just check my
68.
records on that. As you were, it'll be number 252 if he does get to the ton. Lots of centuries for somebody who is still only 25 years of age.
$72. 73.
So reversal